Mayorkas shockingly said this week, "We haven't seen anything unusual. We know of no threat," close quote. What? The massive invasion of drones observed and recorded by so many of our citizens, including and especially law enforcement and military personnel, many who are here. Is it unusual? Is he kidding? How does Secretary Mayorkas, who infamously told us for years that our southern border was secure and closed when we know it's not, and now insult our intelligence that we haven't seen anything unusual? This is usual? I don't think so. And how can he and others, like National Security Spokesman Admiral John Kirby, say we know there's no threat? How do they know that? What aren't they revealing, or are they just saying it? How can anyone speculate or issue assurances to thousands, millions of Americans who have witnessed, thousands who have witnessed the drones, that there is no threat? For weeks, we've asked for the truth and action to mitigate any and all threats to people and property. Now, we are demanding.
I think he makes a great point right there. I think they probably know that there is a threat, but they don't want to panic the population. So they don't want to relieve anything yet. They don't want to appear like they have no control over what's happening. So that's why they're not telling you everything.
It. As the sightings increase, including by service members at Naval Weapons Station Earl, and I did talk to the commander there, his men are seeing it right there at the base. Are you kidding me? A munitions depot of that caliber, and these drones are hovering in close proximity to it. The Coast Guard told me the other day, and Sheriff Mastronardi, that one of its 47-foot rescue boats was followed in very close proximity off its stern by numerous drones. Why can't we bag at least one of these drones and get to the bottom of it? Why can't we even track them? I asked Secretary Mayorkas at a briefing, a Zoom briefing, why we can't follow them, find out where they're going. They're coming from somewhere. Okay, you can't seem to do that. Why can't we follow them and find what their origin is?
This is a very, very special time we live in, and very dangerous as well. These drones are probably gonna carry some kind of intelligence or surveillance operation to gather information on the military bases, military equipment, ammunition, planes, etc. And they are probably from a foreign nation that is hostile to us, unfortunately.
Many of them seem to be coming from the ocean. I was with Sheriff Mastronardi the other day on the beach, and we saw a video, and we talked to heard her, one of his deputies talk about how she had seen 50 of them coming from the ocean to mainland. Is there something out there? We don't have the capability to do that. We don't have control over our airspace. And just remember, ladies and gentlemen, the feckless response to the Chinese Communist Party's spy balloon. When that thing traversed America and went over one very sensitive base, including the B-2 bombers base, after another. We did nothing except say, oh, it's a spy balloon. Or is it? Or is it a weather balloon?
This is another one of the failures of the Biden administration, I must say. No control, no responsibility, no idea what's going on. Hopefully it will stop soon. Hopefully Trump will get back in the White House and get things sorted out. We will see what happens over the next few weeks.
Still can't get over that one. The elusive maneuvering of these drones, I would suggest a major military power sophistication that begs the question whether they have been deployed to test our defense capabilities, or worse, by violent dictatorships, perhaps maybe Russia or China or Iran or North Korea. I mean, they have the capability, and they certainly have the motive. The Pentagon has said the drones are not ours. I've written Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin asking the Pentagon to authorize the use of force to down one or more of these unmanned threats to uncover the mystery. Bring them down over the ocean, over an area where there's no population. Bring them down and find out who's doing it. Knowing that drone warfare has radically changed warfighting in Ukraine and Russia, the Middle East, and elsewhere, This is not the time to trivialize or dismiss the threat. I want to express.
I agree with what he's saying right there. This is very rational what he's saying. We have to find the bottom of it and find it soon so that it can stop. And so they go back and don't try it ever again.
The profound thanks that I and my colleagues have to both Ocean County Sheriff Mike Mastronardi and Monmouth County Sheriff Sean Golden for doing all within their power and authority to aggressively investigate and track drone appearances. They are doing an amazing job. As many of you know, state and local law enforcement is precluded by law from taking more decisive action, which is why DOD must. They are the ones who have the ability and the authority to act. Congress, yes, and the president, yes, need to move quickly to expand state and local authorities, powers. But DOD has it right now. Sheriff Golden wrote me a few days ago requesting legislation to empower the state police to seriously protect at-risk persons and infrastructure, and if necessary, bring down a dangerous drone or drones. I am now drafting that bill and will soon introduce it. I want to thank him for that idea. I'd like to now yield the floor to Sheriff Mastronardi and then to Sean Golden. Sheriff.
Keep in mind, Donald Trump has already called many times for this drone to get shut down, to find the bottom of it so that they can be stopped. And we have to react. We have to react fast. We have to react in large so that the threat that they pose is completely neutralized. You cannot reveal our own military and capabilities to the enemies just like that and let it fly. This is not possible at all.
I want to clarify a couple of things that have happened. We have a very robust drone program in Ocean County. We've had it for 8 years or more. We're very fortunate. It's headed by Sergeant Fennessy. When we started to get these reports at the 911 center from local PDs, we went out and we decided to do a drone patrol, more or less. And we took our tethered drone, which you see over here, that the officers are demonstrating, and we put it up in the air on Saturday night a week ago. At that time, Sergeant Fennessy, who's an experienced drone operator and pilot, and Officer D'Amico spotted one of the items that brought us concern. They videotaped it as far as they were. They got some tape on it. They described it as going around their drone and traveling off at a high rate of speed. They reported to us that it was, they felt it was 60 miles an hour or more. And it put it in perspective, our drones only go about 40 miles an hour. So that's number one. Sunday night, we were out again.
Yeah, these drones are very, very advanced. They are fast, they are quiet, they are small, they can fly over a long distance of time before they get they need to go back to recharge. They are unmanned, they are equipped with camera probably, and filming and taking pictures of everything. And even the drone that we have cannot keep up with them. This is some very scary times. And of course they are cheap, and there are many, many hundreds of them flying over our skies as we speak. Very scary times. They can get modified and embark weapons of mass destruction. Unfortunately, that's very possible, and it can happen very soon. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm totally wrong.
This time was Sergeant Fennessy once again, and at that point we got notified by our 911 center there was concern of a sighting in Island Beach State Park. We responded. We met an officer, a certified New Jersey law officer, not from our department, from another agency. And that officer did an excellent job. She documented. That's where you're getting the reports of 50 drones coming off the ocean. That's what she reported seeing. She was on duty at the time, and she reports that she saw 50 drones coming from the ocean to the mainland, transversing the airways over Island Beach State Park, going down towards Barnegat Light and coming to the seaside area.
Yeah, that makes sense. They are probably coming from a ship navigating in international waters, far from any detection, far from any other ship, far from any sonar, any radar, any satellite. And drones, they are taking pictures, they are filming everything, they are testing our defenses, our intelligence, our military operations, and they want to gather information before they come back and attack for real. This is very scary in my opinion. We live in very dangerous times.
As a result of that, we continue to operate. We've obviously notified all of our partners, FBI, State Police, Coast Guard. Coast Guard cutter put out a boat at a Barnegat Light. They reported to us what the Congressman referred to the comments. I have not spoke to the people on that boat directly. So what are we doing? We're taking proactive, working with Sheriff Golden, our partner, also Sheriff Nolan, Cape May County, and Sheriff Donahue from Atlantic County. We're taking some, trying to document what's happening, if there's anything happening off the coast of New Jersey. But, you know, obviously there's a lot of attention to this matter throughout. Social media is a little bit different than it used to be than when I first came on the job, so that's something you have to control too, because people are putting everything out there. We were looking at the time that the Sergeant Fennessy reported seeing the drone. We have flight radar mapping capabilities, and we did not see anything on indicating it was a plane. We get numerous reports of planes. On the other side of the coin, we get people reporting drones when we look right at the radar and say, no, that's a plane going over your house. And then they want to argue with you and say, no, no, no. So just so you know, the flight path to JFK out here, what we see is that they're traveling about 18 to 20,000 feet in the air. And coming out of Newark, going south in the western part of the county, they're about the same, 18 to 20 going south. The ones coming from the islands that are going to land at Newark come over our county at about 6,000 feet. These drones are less than 1,000. So obviously they want us to know they're there. They put on their lights. So who it is, I wish I could tell you. We don't know. We keep telling, everybody says, well, it's a guy.
Imagine the people behind this watching this right now. They are probably laughing their butt off to the incompetence of our own government. They are probably laughing. They probably know that they would get no repercussion, no sanction, and we would have no idea what they were doing, what they are coming from, and what they want. They just do it without any kind of impunity. It seems very scary to me, very unusual and not normal at all. And we should definitely try to get better and do something about it. Have our own defense system get better to fight against these kind of drones invasion that are probably gonna happen much more often in the future, as you can see, since we have no defense capability against them. It is some very scary times. I hope you enjoyed this video with me today, guys. Thanks for watching with me. Click right there so that you can watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.